What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So finally today we have some more news arriving on global One Piece Treasure Cruise, and we did not expect this news to arrive. Honestly, global OPTC has been treated in such a weird manner over the past 2 months. It's just really weird the way that they've been bringing out content for us, and as we all know, the month of January has been really bad for the global player base. There pretty much has been like no new content be released, and now we're about to get a flood of new content. So we already know that Coliseum Kuma is going to be arriving on the same day that the Whitebeard and Marco Sugo Fest goes live. So in today's news post, there was the update about the new Sugo Fest arriving. We actually have the updated list now of the rare recruits that will be boosted, because when we time travel to see the banner, it actually doesn't show the rare recruits that are boosted, it only shows the legends. So in terms of rare recruit characters that are going to be boosted this Sugo Fest, obviously all of the new characters being Strawberry, Kizaru, Mihawk, and Boa Hancock are all going to be boosted. Also, Karina from the Gil Tesoro batch is a very good unit. Sai Carrot, who I still don't own, hopefully I can get her. Also, Chobro, brand new. Hina, Bellamy. We've got Vinsmoke Rage, who's still pretty good. Sai Jinbei's pretty bad. Mr. Zero, the Mr. Zero is okay, and Sai Bartholomew Kuma. So all of these characters are rate boosted on every single part. That's what it looks like, because there's only one boosted list of characters. So I assume that there is only, like, legitimately the same list of rare recruit characters going to be boosted through all out the parts. So that's really interesting to see. I'm not really too sure how I feel about that. Usually they like to give different rare recruits boosted on different parts. But we do know that, yes, there are going to be different legends boosted on each part, of course, with these characters, of course. But anyways, that's it for that. We've already discussed the Sugo Fest in total. So if you guys haven't seen that, click the card at the top of the video to link you over to the whole breakdown of the Sugo Fest. Now, also, before we get into the hype news, we have the actual, introduction to 6+ Corazon, who will be arriving with the Sugo Fest as well, and he's actually guaranteed to be pulled on the Sugo Fest, the 6+ version, if you do 5th multi on part 1 of the Whitebeard and Marco Sugo Fest. So you're guaranteed to get this character. Obviously, if you already have Corazon, there really isn't much of a reason to do 5 multi-pulls for this character, and it kind of just gives you a little bit of a rundown of the character. But notably, it actually states here that he's going to be a trusty character in an upcoming treasure map event in February. So that was the thing, when we stated that something is going to be a trusty character, typically they give you the month that they're going to be trusty for. It now says February. Now, whenever we had a trusty character previously, it didn't even have a month. So now we have full confirmation it's going to be in February. It makes a lot of sense because there's only a couple days left in January anyway. But yeah, so we do know that, Treasure Map NL will be arriving in February. We're not really too sure of an exact date yet, but hopefully that is going to be coming relatively soon. Now, this specific news is really, really hype, because these two characters we've been waiting for a very long time. I believe on the Japanese version of the game, these characters actually came out with the anniversary, and it came out with the Gear 4 Luffy and Nami Sugo Fest. Now, since the release of that Sugo Fest with Gear 4 and Nami, we've been waiting for these characters to arrive. And now we have confirmation that Wedding Sanji and Wedding Pudding are going to be arriving starting on January 30th until February 18th. Now, these characters are very, very good to have. Really, really good free-to-play characters. Typically, you'd want to be having these characters maxed out, ready for the treasure map. Notably, Pudding. Pudding is an immensely useful character with really good ore manipulation, as well as, I believe she has some sort of utility, but she's also a 2.5 times chain locker as well. For a free-to-play unit, you definitely want to max her out. I don't remember what Sanji does exactly, but I know that he's actually half decent, so definitely max them out. And it already states here they're going to be a trusty character in the upcoming treasure map, so yeah, definitely go ahead and do that. There's also going to be Chopman quest available, so it's basically treated as a regular Fortnite dungeon, and it says it's going to be running until, January 30th up until February 18th, and there are 2 different dungeons, one for Sanji, one for Pudding, so likely it's going to be like 1 week Sanji, 1 week Pudding, and then 1 week they're both going to be there. That's what I see to be happening, but we're not really 100% sure yet until a download comes and they'll be added into the game, so we'll have to wait and see about that one. But the main thing that we are going to be talking about today is the brand new debut of a global first new duel unit, being Shanks and Mihawk. We have no idea where this came from. Literally, we saw it around Christmas time. I think it was like the 26th or the 27th he came out. We had young Garp and young Sengoku as a dual unit arriving on global. The thing about that is we actually knew that was going to be arriving. Obviously, we had the social media campaign for that, where we voted for the dual character that we wanted to see, and we saw that, young Garp and Sengoku won. They came up as a raid boss. They were actually pretty challenging to beat, and now we skip forward another month, and we have a brand new global first raid boss. I don't even know what to say about this, man. I'm really happy about it. I am very happy about it. They are bringing more global exclusive content, or it's going to be global first, because this will arrive to JP and Korean version at, you know, at a point in time. But at the moment, it's going to be arriving on global first, which I do enjoy. As we said last month with the release of Garp and Sengoku, I like having global first content because, you know, running dungeons that we've never seen before does make it a little bit more challenging, and it makes the game just a little bit more diverse because, you know, when stuff comes out from JP, we already know how to prepare for it. We already have teams prepared for stuff, and we can run in and beat it straight away. Whereas, you know, a dungeon like this that we've never played before and we've never experienced before comes out, it gives us a good opportunity to go ahead and, you know, play it for ourselves. So I am excited for it. Let's actually go ahead and read this news post and see if we can get any hints towards what these characters do. So we have January 30th, and it's going to be running for, it looks like, nearly a week, or about a week, up until February 5th. So you should have enough time to max these characters out. If you don't max them out, then I don't really know what to say. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So it says, the two greatest swordsmen, Shanks and Mihawk, have arrived at Extra Island. Defeat Shanks and Mihawk on expert or master difficulties and get a chance to recruit them at 4-star Shanks and Mihawk for your crew. So expert and master difficulties, I believe, is 30 and 40 stamina difficulty, and defeat them on ultimate difficulty and make it a sure thing. So you get the guaranteed drop on the 60 stamina ultimate difficulty raid boss dungeon. That's good to see. 60 stamina means that they're typically going to be a little bit better than your 40 stamina raid boss, which I do like. And it also makes it a lot more difficult, and it's going to be more challenging for players. But obviously, there's going to be Chop Man missions available, I would assume, because that was what happened with the last set of raid bosses and stuff. So that's what I'm expecting to happen, but let's continue on here. Plus, the Shanks and Mihawk's post-evolution, called Shanks and Mihawk World's Leading Two Swordsmen, will be a trusty character in an upcoming treasure map, so be sure to get their wanted poster. That's really interesting. The title of the character is Shanks and Mihawk World's Leading Two Swordsmen. That alone leads me to believe that this is going to be a slasher-based character. Obviously, you know, we have pretty much every other Mihawk in the game is slasher-based, you know, aside from the actual new rare recruit Mihawk coming out in the White Beater Marco Sugo Fest, who is, like, solely color-based. But having this character out right now, and it states in the title of the character, World's Leading Two Swordsmen, I do firmly believe this is going to be some sort of slasher support character. But slashers do need a lot of support. They are missing a lot of good characters. They actually really need a good captain, because V2 Fujitora, he can still definitely do stuff, but he is a little bit annoying to use, having to hit good, great, perfect for his max multiplier, and even at that point you need a chain locker to enable him to get the most damage out possible. But, you know, the other legends that you have as captains is like Zora, who's pretty decent. You got Legend Mihawk, who's okay as well. They just need a solid leader that has no real drawback and can just do lots of damage, allow more orb enables and stuff like that. That's what they need. So I'm not expecting a free-to-play character to, like, rival a legend character in terms of the captain effect, but I want it to be semi-decent captain effect, and I am sure he's going to have a good special ability as well. Even if it's something similar to the Garp and Sengoku that we got last month in terms of the special, I could be down for that, because that's a pretty good special ability alone. The effects of the trusty characters will differ depending on the treasure map, of course, and the boost effect, oh my god, I just skipped across, where is it? The boost effect for treasure points earned only applies to the post-evolution, so you have to fully evolve it, of course. The new double character White Beater Marco, available from the Sugo Fest, underway at the same as this quest. I think that's a little bit poorly worded. At the same time as this quest will be very useful. Okay, that's interesting to note that White Beater Marco are going to be useful for this event. So maybe Shanks and Mihawk will turn into an int character or a side character, and that enables you to beat it a little bit easier. Moving on, it also says there's going to be special requests at Chopper Man that are going to be added, so likely you'll be able to get a couple of extra copies just from farming the event. You'll probably get other stuff like maybe turtles and the evolver set to evolve the character, of course. They're likely going to be having a limit break as well, so that's going to be also interesting to see what kind of limit break abilities and sailor abilities that this character will have as well. But that's it. That's all they give us for this actual post, which I feel is a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to have seen us, you know, give us a little bit of a hint as to what's going to be arriving with this specific raid boss, because like with the Garp and Sengoku event, we could kind of like semi-prep a team to give us a fair idea as to what we should be expecting heading into this dungeon, but we literally are going in blind. We do not know a single thing that's going to be arriving with this quest, so we are going to have to go in blind, and I believe, yeah, this starts at the same time as this Sugo Fest. That's pretty cool. the thing is, with the Sugo Fest, I actually wanted to stream my pulls for this, but I don't think I want to pull on part 1, because what are the part 1 rate boosts? Yeah, I really would love to pull on part 2, because I'm missing V2 Akainu, Sanji, and also Sabo, and I feel like that's a much better boosted list for me. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'll be definitely making a video on the brand new Showdown Shanks and Mihawk, because that's actually really exciting. And also, something I want to know before we end this video as well, is that this is the latest campaign event right now. It's called the Neo Challenge campaign, and this event actually ends on the 31st of January, I do believe. So, with this ending at the very last day of January, I am expecting the next campaign event to arrive in the next day or two, and that would likely be the start of the anniversary celebration. So look forward to that. That's going to be awesome. Hopefully in the next campaign event we get information about the new raid boss, or just something else that's going to be arriving. I'm excited to see what's going to be happening. But we're starting off February strong with some really cool events: White Beat and Marco Sugo Fest, 6+ Corazon, Shanks and Mihawk, and also Wedding Sanji and Pudding. Very, very hype news today on Global. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, and if you guys did, make sure to leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But other than that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.